Hey guys, I'm about to go to bed, so be between a 10 to 15 minute review. I just watched Scream 3. Well, that was 2 hours. I won't get back. Yeah, I couldn't get into that. I was not the biggest fan of that movie, and people who say like, "Oh, Scream 7 sucks. It's the worst." I ain't seen it, so I can't judge. But for me, I've seen all the Screams. Scream 3 on rewatch don't hold up, in my opinion. I didn't think it was very good. The first two, a lot better, way better. But I'll get into the plot and then I'll give my rating of what happened like in the movie. So, it was too comedic for me. I'm not a big comedy fan. This movie was the most comedic Scream's ever been. It even said that on like Wiki, like what's different about this one to the others. It's a lot more comedic than the other ones, you know. And all right, I'll get into what happened. So, at first, the guy who helped save Sydney when he shot the woman in the head, he's in the start. He's in the beginning of the movie, and then he gets a call saying, "I've got your girlfriend. Tell me where Sydney is, and then I'll let her go." So he drives to where his girlfriend is. The guy kills his girlfriend, and because he won't tell him where Sydney is and where he can get her, he kills him as well. So that's the start of the movie. Then it just gets to Sydney and Courtney Cox. And then there was just a lot of like, nothing happened for a long time, man. Yeah, nothing happened for a long time. There was a lot of talking, there weren't really any suspense. There wasn't much going on. It was a boring movie, to be honest. It was a bit boring for some of it. Towards the end, it got a bit better, but not much. So then, Sydney is in a house and a white quilt comes out and someone's pretending to be a mom, and I'm like, I just can't get into this. I just can't get into this movie. And then, so she's thinking her mom might be back or someone's playing a prank. And it ends up being her biological brother in the end. And then, there's two of them, as normal. And that's the other thing, right? This is why I prefer other horror movies to the Scream franchise. Like, it's always the same plot. You know, it's always the same story. Whereas, you know, that they're just trying to make their own movie. Whereas I'd rather it be, you know, a revenge reason, or because he's a psychopath and he loves killing. Say like he's addicted to killing, you know? Just, it's always the same story, you know what I mean? And yeah, and then he kidnaps him and the other girl, gets Sydney to the pool where the house is. Nice pool. I'd have a swim in that. It's nice looking pool. Nice house, to be fair. And then he has him tied up, and the other girl tied up. In the living room. Then he comes in, tries to stab her, misses, and then she shot him 4 or 5 times, but had no effect because he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Then a bit more chasing around, and then he shot her a few times. She wore the same bulletproof vest, and then she stabbed him, and then he jumped up like Ultimate Warrior did when Triple H pedigreed him, no-sold it, and then this was quite funny. Dewey, the police officer, shot him like 4 or 5 times, and Sydney shoot him in the head. You're not going to kill him in the body. Then he just shot him in the head and killed him. That was funny. That was quite funny. But yeah, I didn't think much to this. I couldn't get into it at all. This is, in my opinion, the weakest Scream I've seen. Right. And then, yeah, and then the movie ends. They